No, I'm not going to read this. Hey, everybody. This is the hottest commodity in pro wrestling, the manager's manager, the maker of mayhem, the bringer of boom, the wager of war, the instigator of illuminating truth, and as of recently, the collector of champions. And you're watching the Hashtag Truth with Scott Larson. Now, get out of here.
Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground because you never had the courage. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
HVW, High Velocity Wrestling. Speaking of, we got the man with the plan right here who's going to be at that Showdown series, Mr. Marcus Eriks. How you doing tonight, man?
That's me. No pun intended.
Man, I'm telling you, the last time I spoke to you was well over a year ago. As a matter of fact, the last time I really had a good conversation, we were still wrestling out at the COVID Dome.
Oh, yeah. It's been a minute. It's been that long. Dang.
It's been a while, brother. So we got a lot of catching up to do. I hope everybody's ready. If you got any questions or comments for Marcus, feel free to put them up there, and I'll get them out here to him. But let's go all the way back, man. The first time I met you, sir, and I've done one interview with you back when you were still living in California.
Yes, sir.
And you were doing videos on YouTube, which I loved. You're a gamer, so
Yes,
I don't know if you still do them or not, but do you still do those?
Yeah, sir. I thought you were going to continue from there.
Oh, go ahead.
No, actually, So actually, I just started a series. We revamped the channel. It's the co-op channel with me and my roommate. And just started something solo as well, doing 3 heart runs on Zelda games. I don't know if you know how that works, but yeah,
I don't know, but I know the Zelda game very well.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. So you were working out at, I believe, in California, and you were at Best of the West, if I'm correct.
Yep, that's the one. Yep, Best of the West.
Oh man, and you used to come out, man. You were just a mainstay at Best of the West, and then you moved over here. Tell us what happened from moving there to here, and where you're at now. Catch us up.
Okay, so from moving from California to Georgia, I came out here to do the Nightmare Factory camp. I was part of Camp 2. For training under Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall and Glacier and all that,
Nice.
Which was an incredible experience. It's probably something I will never forget. It did, it's an opportunity that I got offered in, when you get something like that to learn under that kind of tree, it's hard to say no. How can you pass that up? So I took that opportunity, and then I kind of got stuck out here after the Nightmare Factory. Some personal stuff happened at home, and I actually ended up being living in hotels for a while. I was homeless.
Oh wow.
Almost pretty much. And I stopped wrestling for a couple months just to try and get back on my feet. And the second that I did, I came back. I started working for Pro South Wrestling out in Piedmont, Alabama. Okay. And they gave me an opportunity. They've always have their doors open for newcomers and stuff like that. So I started going there frequently, and actually it's been hard to get bookings out in Georgia. It's kind of crazy. I was getting bookings in Tennessee, North Carolina, where we've met personally, right, and Georgia, or not Georgia, sorry, Alabama, all the surrounding states, but Georgia's so hard for some reason.
That just seems weird because you moved around the Atlanta area, correct? You're
Yeah.
somewhere around in Atlanta, and you would figure there's a ton of indie wrestling shows in that area, right?
There is, and that's the thing.
Was it just that nobody knew you, or no, nobody, or I just don't understand that because, man, I've seen you work. I know how good
Right.
you are. So to say, well, there was nobody here in Georgia who wanted me. That shocks me, man. I mean,
Right.
that truly shocks me to the core.
I mean, I had some offers. I was supposed to be booked for pro wrestling, championship wrestling in Atlanta.
Okay.
But I was told that so after me and my ex split,
Okay.
there was controversy. A lot of people were trying to badmouth my name and stuff like that, which is never date in the wrestling business. Never do it. Never do it, because
there you go.
man, like it caused a lot of drama for me, and I think that's really what hurt me. Is a lot of people knew her, and
Right.
kind of put a bad taste in their mouth for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Well, let's just put it out there. Like I said,
yeah.
hashtag truth and everything. She was very popular. She was AEW Dark. She was, she was an up and comer. I mean, sky was the limit. I don't know what happened between you. I'm not going to ask.
Yeah.
But I could see where, if you two split, you're going to get the worst of it because you're the lesser name. I mean,
100%, 100%
at the time.
Right. And I mean, even now, she's doing her thing still, and I support her in every way. I don't have any bad blood towards her in any way.
Right.
I now that I've put myself out there, things are kind of starting to snowball for me. Like I said, Piedmont, Pro South Wrestling gave me a good platform, putting my content out there day of, live streaming it. I became Pro South champion. I was Pro South champion for about 4 months. Recently lost it, I think, about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, ever since then, I think that's really when my name started to get out there. They've got, I don't know if you've ever heard of Georgia Wrestling News and stuff like that. They do articles on, Georgia wrestling shows and stuff like that. And they added South Pro South on there. And it started, people started seeing the reviews for my matches, and I think that really, really pushed me.
I put up, you being on the show here, and one of the wrestling promotions, Primetime Wrestling,
right,
shot up real quick and said, "Hey man, we love Marcus. He's coming to wrestle for us." And they put your bio up there and everything. I was yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man, I've been wanting to get out in Georgia just because there's good places. I'm not, and it's not just Georgia now. I'm actually opening up myself to wrestle anywhere.
Right.
Whether no matter what state it is, I want to wrestle everywhere. Texas, Illinois, Kentucky, wherever. I don't care. I want to wrestle everywhere, get my name out there. There's no like limit.
Right. So. I mean, I've got to, we're not going to go the whole hour without talking about your hair for a few minutes. That's going to happen.
Yeah, I knew that.
You always know that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to check out an actual promo pic. Go on Marcus Eriks' page and check out an actual picture of him wrestling. He does this spiked hairdo, and it is awesome. And he actually incorporates it into his wrestling, or you did the last couple of times I watched you. I don't know if you still do, but you used to do like spears, and instead of doing the spear, like, shoulder first,
right,
you'd actually do it with your hair, and
right,
people would sell for you. And it was awesome, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the gimmick,
right.
It's what sets me apart.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show everybody. I'm gonna download the Primetime Wrestling thing that they put over, and I'm going to show what your hair looks like, just so everybody can see what I'm talking about. And the first time I interviewed you, while it's uploading, it was great because I asked you what you put in your hair. And at that time, I don't know if it's changed yet, but I think it's called Gorilla Snot, or it's probably way on the other side of the room, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have it right here.
There you go. Uh-oh.
So it's the gorilla snot. Yeah.
There you go, gorilla snot. And
Yeah.
man, when you told me that, I laughed so hard I almost cried. It was great. But this is what Marcus Eriks looks like when he wrestles, right there. That's his whole thing. He's 5'10", 225. He's from Merced, California, and his finishing is falling in reverse. Now we're going to talk about your finisher too.
Okay.
Because that's one of my favorite moves I've ever seen anybody do. The first time I saw you do that move, it just blew my mind. I was like, oh, I would have never thought of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think
explain the finisher to people.
So the finisher is it's pretty much almost like as if you've seen a gourd buster, right?
Right.
It's a suplex. You're stalling them, and pretty much what I do is I bring them back down falling in reverse. Right there, we come back, we go up, we come right back down, and I catch you in a cutter.
Oh,
yeah,
that is cool. That is so cool. And then you do another move which blows my mind. And you used to do it all the time. Again, I haven't seen you wrestle except for in video, for over a year. But you used to do this move where you'd come off the rope and your opponent would be sitting down. You'd get them in a sitting position, and you'd run that forearm into his back.
Okay.
You know exactly what move I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's the uppercut to the back. Yeah,
the uppercut to the back. And man, the first time I saw that move, it blew my mind. And it was like, wow, these are not a lot of wrestlers use that move either. So it was really cool when I saw you do it in person. I saw you do it in videos on Best of the West and things like that, but to see it in person and to see some of the moves you incorporate in person is just amazing, dude. It's so for those that are watching who don't know your whole story, how long have you been in wrestling, and who started training you? How'd you get in? The question.
Yeah, for sure. So I started my training back in December 2012. I was training under Mike Weber, also known as Mike Rain, the owner of Best of the West, and Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull. Some people have a bad taste in his mouth, but a lot of people know who Manny is.
Right.
Dude had great knowledge, not the best person in the world, but great knowledge in the wrestling business. Helped me out with a lot of simple stuff with psychology and stuff like that. And Mike Rain was more of like, he knew a lot of the newer style and kind of helped me mix the two together. Wrestling is evolving, constantly. So, we got to learn every way, whether it's the old school, new school, everything. If you can find a good way to mix it all, it's awesome. But I digress. So yeah, I continued. I haven't really stopped wrestling. Even when the pandemic was a thing, I didn't even stop. It's a ride I'm not going to get off of until I need to. Injuries, I haven't really dealt with any of that before. I mean, I have a bad knee, but we just keep working. I can't
nothing
stop,
that's
man.
going to stop you. Nothing that's going to stop you.
There's a reason I say you can't stop me, man.
Right.
There's a reason I say that.
No pun intended every time he says it.
Yeah, no pun intended.
And if you ain't figured it out, I'll spell it out for you. His initials of his name is M.E. Me. So there you go. Because I guarantee you there's somebody watching this going, what is he talking about? You can't stop me. What? Marcus Eriks. Hello.
Yep.
All right. Thomas Scott said, what's up, Marcus?
Hey, what's up, Thomas? How you doing?
He said, that's my dude. Marquine McQueen said, come to APW Boiling Springs in North Carolina, sir.
Ooh, hey, man. You give me a date, man.
There you go. Thomas Scott said, I was his first show on the East Coast. Hello. Yes, you were.
He's not lying.
He is
He's
not
lying.
Marcus Eriks versus Thomas Extreme was off the chain. Yes, it was. I still remember very much. The Real Drago. Hi there. Now, I'll tell you what. That would be a match I would pay to see. You versus the Real Drago right here.
Hey, man, bring him on. I'm all about it.
Take my money, please. Drago, you got to hook this guy up, man. South Carolina, of course.
Okay.
Of course. APW Boiling Springs in South Carolina. It's literally 4 miles behind my house here. So if you were to come there, I would definitely be there.
Yeah, man. I know they need a license out in South Carolina, which is not something that I'm not against getting. I just need to get the booking. That's my biggest thing, man. It's like, I'll get the license if I need it for the booking. But if I'm not going to get booked all year, why pay for the license? Correct.
Exactly.
So,
hey.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
just need the
business,
booking
man.
first. I need the booking first.
There you go. Thomas Scott said, "Hey, I want one match with Marcus." Man, how
Bring
many
it.
times are you going to
Bring
come
it.
out of retirement, Thomas? I mean,
Bring
come on, man.
Hey, man, sometimes people are worth it, right?
That's it. That's it. I would love you fighting anybody. I'd pay to come see in a heartbeat, man. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm telling you, it's always been. But I'm gonna get to this first commercial break real quick. We're gonna do retro toys and collectibles, and as soon as we get out of that, if you got any questions for Marcus Eriks, any comments, please put them up on the screen.
Please
I will
do.
give it to him.
Shoot
If
them to
not-
me.
Yeah, if not, we'll both be talking the whole hour because I've got plenty to talk about, no doubt whatsoever. Thomas said it would be an honor to wrestle Marcus. I have a lot of respect for him. There you go. All right, we'll be right back after this quick message.
This is 4-Foot Batman. And 4-Foot Batman knows the home of great collectibles at awesome prices. Retro toys and collectibles, movie memorabilia, Magic the Gathering cards, wrestling figures, Hot Wheels, the always popular Funko Pops, and much, much more. He knows the Hall of Collectibles is located in downtown Cherryville, North Carolina, at 400 East Main Street. Give them a call today, 980-989-5181. Retro Toys and Collectibles, the heavyweight champion in collecting.
There you go. Retro Toys and Collectibles. You go in there, man. He's got everything. Movie memorabilia, any kind of video games, any kind of board games, card games, anything you're looking for. If he can't get it, he knows where to find it. Let me tell you. His name is Cotton. Go in there and tell him #True sent you. So Marcus, man, I'm gonna go back to the YouTube thing again because one of the things that I loved about watching you is you're the same whether you're interviewing here, whether we see you out wrestling, or whether you're on your YouTube channel. Sort of like me, we're just the same no matter what. And you have a lot of fun on that YouTube channel, man. I mean, you and your partner. I believe the first time I saw you and your partner, and correct me if I'm wrong, might be a different person, but you guys were starting off. I believe it wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh, it was the other one. It was Pokemon. You guys were starting off a Pokemon series to see who could do the best, who could do it quicker or what have you. And I was just having a ball watching that series. I mean, you two are just having, and it doesn't matter what game you're playing. You're always, interacting. I said some things on there. You spoke to me as you were playing. I mean, I love play-alongs that are like that because a lot of them don't do that. They'll just say whatever they want to say and ignore the comments, but you give your fans their money's worth when they come to watch you.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of being a content creator in any type of fashion, right? Is you've got to connect with your audience, and if you don't, like, what's the point? You're just sitting there. You really think people are going to be entertained watching? No, man. Like you gotta embrace with them and connect with them in any way you can. It's just like retail, right? Like you connect with people to try and sell them something. Well, this is my way of trying to sell the content and the product, is you connect with them and you talk to them. And honestly, like our fans are the ones that are, we owe everything to them because they pay for the seats, they pay for the merchandise, they pay for everything, so, they deserve it all. Right.
Without a doubt, like to say it, give me something to invest in.
That's right. Oh yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm never gonna get rid of that punchline from my show, man. Ever, ever, ever. At one time, it was a drinking game. I don't know if you were around back then, but I said it so many times that every time I said it, people were supposed to take a drink. So,
oh man, I need to do that.
Gary Benefield, owner and promoter of HVW, said, "What's up, fellas?"
What's up, brother? We'll see you soon.
And of course, he said, High Velocity Wrestling is absolutely jacked to have you as part of the Showdown series. I think that's about the 5th time we've said it, Gary. We're definitely going to be out there, man. Have you ever been to Silverado's?
No, this will be my first time.
Silverado's. I haven't been there personally, but from all the pictures and videos and things, great setup out there. I mean, it's awesome. Never been in the bar. Bar thing is not me. I don't do the bar scene, but I would definitely go out there to watch the wrestling without a doubt. Brandon Land said, promote. Yep.
Got to.
That's what
So
I'm
way you're
saying.
gonna put people in the seats,
Right. So you being in Georgia, man, let me ask you, because there is a huge difference, and I'm pretty sure you realize that right away. Huge difference between West Coast and East Coast living, man. Tell us what you thought when you came over and you started living on the East Coast. What was the first things you noticed that was different?
Well, I mean, when I was living out in California, I was living in a small town as of not very many people, but and then coming to the city. So I think my first couple nights were the hardest to sleep because I was living in downtown Atlanta, like right by I think Georgia State, and you go from hearing it's being really quiet. I lived like almost in the mountains, mountain areas, right?
Right.
So it was very quiet. My next neighbor, I couldn't even see their house. So moving over to Atlanta, you're looking at, sirens, cars honking, like the hardest like adjustment, I'd say,
Right.
for me is like the sleeping arrangements. Now where I live now, it's not as loud, but
Right.
downtown is for sure crazy loud and never stops.
Oh wow! So you're not like in downtown. You're probably out, in the suburbs, right?
Yeah,
Somewhere
I'm in
the
a suburb now. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I believe my father used to live in Marietta, right outside of Atlanta. So he lived in the suburbs right outside of it before we moved here, of course. But yeah, I used to watch you over in California and talk to you when you were in California, and you even had a different I don't know if you realize this, but your voice has changed a little bit, not a whole lot, but
Oh, okay.
A little bit from the California. California's got their own language over there, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And have you ever thought about incorporating something from the West Coast, like into your gimmick? I wouldn't say like surfer, because that's been done, but you know what I'm saying? Like incorporate something that would show your East Coast.
You mean the West Coast part of me?
Or West Coast.
I
I'm
assume
sorry.
like I don't know what I would add to everything. Like I started wearing the bandanas more and kind of changed my look a little bit from actually the time that you were watching me wrestle.
Right.
So like right after I exited the factory, I think that's when I started changing my whole look altogether. I stopped wearing long tights. I started wearing shorter tights, and going for a more punk look with the bandanas and changing my hair color to match my gear.
No,
I don't know if you've
haven't
seen that
yet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
So yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I'm wearing purple, I'm gonna have purple hair. If I'm gonna wear red, I'm gonna wear red hair. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do all kinds of. I get kind of into it.
Okay, now you really got me interested in coming to HVW, man, up there when you come there, because I really want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean the black and red is really nice, but it's probably one of my favorites. But so many wrestlers have black and red that I just can't. I hardly ever get a chance to do it.
Yeah, black and red is a great color for anything. I've changed most of my stuff to black and red. Now I'm realizing, wait a minute, everybody's doing it.
Yeah, black and red. I mean, it's a great color combination, but like I said, I always carry multiple colors just because you never know what kind of color your opponent's gonna wear, and you just don't ever want to wear the same thing as them. Like, it's not.
No.
It looks terrible when both guys are coming out wearing black and red, and you're like, are these guys partners or what is this? So yeah, I always have to have multiple colors.
Thomas Scott said, it was kind of amazing when he came and wrestled for me at Titan. People actually came probably
because I was
because he was there. That's what he said.
Yeah,
because you were there. And yeah, I remember. I was doing the door at the time. I remember. Yeah. Ashley said, hey, Marcus, good to see you.
How's it going, Ashley?
Dave Thomas said, Slim misses me.
Yeah.
I love it. Thomas said, yellow and green is cool.
See, there you go. Yeah, see.
And Gary Benefield said, how about that purple and black? Got to be HVW colors, man.
I mean, look at the seat, you know what I mean? Purple and black.
Yeah.
Yep. Purple is one of my favorite colors, so it's all good.
Thomas Scott said, yeah, surprised you. Okay, I got you. So now that you're set up, I'm pretty sure you got a shoot job now. Everything's probably going, pretty good here. What's the next step for Marcus Eriks? I mean, I know you said you want to wrestle all over the place. You've got, from what I've seen, you've got 3 or 4 shows coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it's I legit opened up my whole weekend to travel everywhere. I'm actually looking at bookings on the West Coast, even towards the summer now.
Nice. So
Yeah.
are you flying back out, or you?
I'm going to
taking
be
the road
doing it.
trip?
I'm flying everywhere, man. Flying everywhere.
Okay.
Trying to get them frequent flyer miles,
I got you, man. I got you. I mean, you're definitely not scared to do it. I mean, you've done it, quite a few times already, East Coast
so
to
much.
West Coast.
Yeah, man. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Like I got to get back to work, folks.
You good? Thomas just said he's got to get back to work. Good seeing you, and he will be in touch with you about something big. There you go. He
Sounds
said, give me a call tomorrow. He wants you to give him a call tomorrow.
I got you, Thomas. I'll call you. Yeah, no,
He was hooking some people up. There you go.
My biggest thing is I love to wrestle in one state, and then the next day I'm wrestling in another one, and then another. You know what I mean? Like I love that. That's such a good feeling. Like
the old school territory days, man.
Yeah,
the old school
man.
territory days. Yeah. And that's gonna get your that's gonna get you out there to everybody, man. And your name, that's how you make it big.
Right.
The more people you get in front of, the more, you never know when a scout from somewhere is gonna be at a show. And I tell that to wrestlers all the time. Even though I'm a fan, I've never been into business. Go out there and get people, get eyes on you, man. Go out, don't stay. I like it when people stay at the same area and do a show, do a storyline. But, once the storyline's done, go do a storyline somewhere else. Then go do a storyline somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm glad we mentioned this, because I was hoping we were going to talk about this, was because there's so many people that get in their comfort zone. They want to wrestle within 50 miles of there, and not even that. That's 50 miles is a lot to say, and people don't want to travel farther, or and I get it, money talks and stuff like that, man, but like sometimes, like a lot of times wrestlers don't realize, like, your payout is shouldn't be what you go for. Merchandise sales, there's everything. You get out of your comfort zone, go farther out, travel to different places, get your name out there. Bring merch. Merch should be what you try and push. If you're over and you sell merch, man, that's where your money's at.
Right.
Right.
I have seen some of your shirts, man. I mean, you can't. The spiked hair just gets me every time, man. I mean, anything that has to do with me. I mean, I've seen your sayings with me in it and all that. Gary's loving it. He said, "Preach, my brother."
See, he understands.
He also said we need to build the territories again. I agree with that big time, man.
It almost feels like it is a territory already.
Right.
Like everyone's kind of got their own show, their own, you know what I mean? Like there's these rivalries with companies I'm seeing. I try and stay out of drama. I don't like drama at all.
Right.
But I try and stay out of the wrestling drama is what they call it.
The real drama. Now, if it's storyline drama, that's the cool drama.
Right. Exactly. That's what we want to see.
Right.
But like the whole, don't wrestle over there because we don't like those guys, stuff like that. I see that a lot. And that's, in a sense, that's kind of where you have territories, but
right. Man, I'm telling you, as a fan, and I always preach as a fan, I want to see wrestlers go everywhere. To me, I don't know the business side of it. I don't claim to know the business side of it. How much money you get, or, how long you've been in the business, how you do your money. I don't really want to know, but as a fan, it's cool when I look up and I see Marcus Eriks, wrestling in Georgia. And then a week later, I see a poster. Marcus Eriks is going to be in West Virginia. Then a week later, I see a poster. He's going to be, over in California. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute here. This guy's going places, and that's, believe it or not, that will increase merch sales too, because if the fans see you hustling, if the fans see you, getting out there, then they're going to want to take a ride on that train, because they know, hey, if he's going all over the United States, something's happening, something's about to happen, and you never know. You know, and that's what I love about, you know, seeing you. I've always known that from the day one that I met you, man, that you're a go-getter. Even when things get down, things get bad, and they have. You just told us, you know, a couple of times you've hit rock bottom, but you're always looking up, man. You're always like, okay, I know what I can do. I know my abilities.
I want you to. I have a funny story for you on that whole thing right there. Right?
Tell us, man. I'm ready.
So pay attention to anytime I wrestle. Watch my videos on YouTube. Pay attention to my entrance, because my entrance tells that story. Right? The second I walk out, I usually stand. My legs are a little like shoulder width apart, and I'll always draw a line on the floor and then point upward. Right? And that's the way I always. The way I look at it is that the whole point of that is, we always start down here, and there's only one way to go up.
That's it. And
that is my whole pose. That's the whole meaning of my pose, which a lot of people don't know it. They just think I'm pointing up. But cool. No, it has a meaning to it. And that's what it means.
The old Casey Kasem, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars.
That's right. That's
it.
Yeah, man.
I got you, man. But the line being drawn, that's different. I like that. Yeah. You know, the line being drawn, because you're going to cross that line. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of wrestlers, like you said, you were talking about the comfort zone. A lot of wrestlers, and again, I've never been a wrestler, but I've talked to over 400 of them.
Right.
You know, a lot of wrestlers, like you said, I always ask them, where's their home promotion? And I do that for more than one reason, because sometimes it's like, well, I've only wrestled here. I haven't, went anywhere. And I know not to ask, there's 10 questions after that I know not to ask, because they haven't been anywhere else.
Right.
But if they have gone other places, it usually leads to stories where, well, I went over here and this happened, and it leads to, and people don't understand that about podcasting and wrestling too, because, like I could say Marcus Eriks, the first time you came to South Carolina and you wrestled, or North Carolina, I'll say North Carolina because, North Carolina, and wrestled. Tell us a story, because I know you got a story about the first time you came to the COVID Dome. What'd you think of the COVID Dome?
So the COVID Dome, I love that name.
Well, we were wrestling during COVID, right?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. So I thought it was pretty interesting to see that people were actually still running shows at the time, which is what I was wanting, because I've done so many of those shows, that the empty arena shows and stuff like that, and it's so awkward. There's no fans, but you got to how do you draw that energy?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I did it because I wanted the repetitions, to try and still keep, I didn't want to go rusty, or you know what I mean? I just couldn't slow down. I just never wanted to. So when I first found that place, it was a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you. Yes, the COVID Dome, but
and we do say that good. Affectionately. It wasn't meant to be a bad thing.
No,
I mean, it was in Lincolnton. It was actually it had a total different name, a good name. But I've called it COVID Dome for so long, I don't forgot what the real name was.
I mean, and it was a great experience, because, like I said, it was my first Thomas Scott bringing me in. My first experience on the East Coast. Wrestling is definitely different here. You got that Southern style wrestling out here. So I had to kind of adjust to that as well. So my first opinion of it is a good arena, good place to start, and grow. And so that's what I saw from that.
I mean, if you ever been up there to Lincolnton, if you were ever up there at Lincolnton when the COVID Dome was going, it's closed down now, but it was a small venue. Okay, there was only 75 seats in the place. That'll tell you how small it was. And it was all, the ring was, as soon as you walked in the door, there was the ring. And on the other side of the ring was the 75 seats. And then over here, you had where the wrestlers came in. Thomas Scott actually owned the building before, or Thomas Scott bought the building from the guy who actually made the COVID Dome the way it was. He bought it from him, but it was it used to be USA Main Event before that.
I remember that. Yeah.
And it was a nice cozy little place to watch wrestling shows. I mean, you could make 75 people sound like 1,000 when that place got loud. I mean, it was pretty fun to be.
It had pyro. It was dope. It was dope.
Oh, yeah.
It was a cool little place.
Oh. Now you said something, and I want you to comment a little bit more on that. You said that the East Coast wrestling was different. Was it a slower type wrestling?
Yes.
You said it was more of a Memphis.
Guaranteed.
Was it
Yes.
slower?
It's slower, yeah. And I don't mean that in any offense to anybody at all.
No.
So
You're not.
You can ask anyone that's wrestled me before, is I can go. I love to
Right.
go. You know what I mean? I sometimes I like to blow people up. So it's and that's just to test them to their limits. You know what I mean? Like, why not? You know, half the time I don't like to go to a show and some guys are like, oh, you know, I don't want to, I'm not feeling it today, guys. Like, you're a wrestler, right? This is what we live for. Not feeling it? Nah. Let's go. You know, so I want to go out there, and I'm always trying to steal the show. So when it came to like the Southern style wrestling, it's a little, like I said, it's a little different. I can't say slow, but like it's more methodical, right? And they kind of connect a lot with the audience versus like very spot heavy, you know. So finding a mixture to both of them and kind of mix them to both is definitely an interesting thing to get used to.
I am going to try to see if I can do this, and let's watch one of your matches.
Oh no. Is this the triple threat match?
I just pulled the first one up. It says Marcus Eriks is why did I say Allen? Marcus Eriks is still your Pro South champion.
Yeah, this is the ending of the match.
Okay, let me get it full screen here. Oh, there we go. All right, you said it's the end of the match. It's the last 2 minutes.
The last 2 minutes of the match.
So let's see your style, man.
Oh no, you're not gonna see anything in this. It's definitely not going to be so because it's a triple threat match. I just took a DVD into the corner before all this.
Your hair is flat. I noticed that right away.
That's not me.
Oh, that's not you. You're not even in this.
No, that's what I said. This is the ending.
Oh, there you are. You're getting up. There you are. I see you. Okay, you're coming in now.
Yeah.
Okay, at first I thought that was you. I was like, no, that ain't you. Your hair's flat. There you come.
There I come. Yep.
Oh!
He just hit the brainbuster on Azrael here, and he kicks out.
Oh, snap. Okay. I thought it was the end, too. I thought you had it. Okay, you're telling them to get up. Now you got some on your eyes, man. That's new. I haven't seen that before.
Oh yeah, I started doing like especially for big matches, I'll do like some eye makeup.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Low blow.
And a low blow. There we go.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
You got to keep the title any way you can, right?
Right. There you go, man. I mean, that's pretty cool right there. Let me stop this so that way we're not getting interrupted.
Surprised you didn't find one with my finish in it. I don't know if people have seen that.
Let me see if
it's
I can find one.
It's a very unique finish.
Oh, there's promo. There's a promo here from 2017. Oh my goodness.
Oh, is it a black and white one?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that one.
Okay, let me see if I can find something that's a full match, or at least it can show some of your another Pro South Wrestling from 9:30. You versus Cabana Man.
Oof, that's such a good match too. That if you guys, that's actually when I feel like people should watch that match. 100%.
Okay,
it's a great match. Cabana Man Dan is a phenomenal performer.
Okay, what I will do, I'll pull that one up. Let's see if we can get it. Let me get it on the screen and get it set first. This is that Pro South Wrestling.
This one might be, if it's the right one. I'm wondering which one it is because I've wrestled them a few times.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Oh, this one. Yes.
Is this the right one?
Yes, this is a good one.
Okay, let me turn it down so we can. Okay, it is down.
See how the hair is a different color?
Oh, I do now. It's
Yeah.
white in this one. Okay.
It's more of like a gold for this.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're in gold.
Oh, there it is. I see it now. Okay. The lighting caught me. It looked white in the
Right.
lighting, but you're right.
It looks like this might be like a clipped one. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's the clips.
This is a really good one though. This is a match it's a good clips, great clips.
He's beating
pun
the snot out of you right now. I'll say that.
Did you see that? He
Oh.
switched he countered a Uranagi into an arm drag. Like,
That was
so good.
awesome. Uh-oh, what's he gonna do here? Oh.
Nope.
Oh, there you go. Working on the back.
Yep.
Oh, nice punches. Oh, took him
there's
down.
I feel bad for anyone that takes the clotheslines in the corners, because I will destroy people.
Oh, this looked like a good fight.
Oh, it was great. It was a good match. This is one I feel like a lot of people should definitely take time to look. Every single match I've had with Command Man Dan has been phenomenal.
Oh, kick to the face. There's the move.
Yep, there's that move. Yeah.
I love that move. I'm going to rewind that one. I have to. Check this out. Check this out again. Right here. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. When he comes out of the corner, watch. Oh, that's spinning. One of my favorite moves that you do, man. I don't know of another wrestler that does that move.
No, the only other person I ever seen do it is Claudio Castagnoli.
Oh, reverse. You guys, a lot of great wrestling, a lot of reversals in this match.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, nice roll up. Kick out. Oh. Uh-oh. Wow.
Oh, yeah, this one. I remember that. Yep.
Oh, he grabbed the ropes. Kicked you in the face. You caught him.
I love this match. It is so good. He didn't get that all the way.
No, he didn't. Uh-oh. Oh, tried
that sliced bread.
Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, this move. This is a new one. I haven't done this in a while.
Oh, devastating. This was a match I would have loved to see.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man.
Right there. Oh, man, these people got their money's worth here. Oh, both of you on the outside now. You tried to get back in.
Oh, I think this is a double count out. No? Okay, I guess not.
Boy, oh boy, you guys are killing each other. Oh, another low blow.
Yep, here it is.
Oh, man. My Tom McDonald, I got to get that off of there. Stop.
YouTube at that last part.
YouTube going straight into other videos. But, man, that is awesome. Let me go back to – I'm going to save that one for my highlight so I go back and watch it again. Because that was good stuff right there, man. Without a doubt. Let me get this off the screen right now. There we go. But, man, I mean, yeah, you're action-packed from beginning to end, man. And that's what I love when I saw you in person, even when I watch you on video here. I mean, you're just constantly moving. And as people can see, you're not just, moving. You're telling a story. You're I mean, that was I lost count on the number of reversals you and this man just did to each other.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is one of my biggest things, man. I love to reverse and counter. I mean, we're wrestlers, we know these moves, right? So if you should be able to know how to counter every single move, correct? That's how basic fighting, any type of fighting, is how to fight. You should know how to counter anything that's coming at you, right? So
Right.
that's what I always try. And I was like, how can I counter this move? How can I counter out of this move? And I try and make it build and build and build and build. And then there's always a big blow off at the end. So
There you go. James Roberts of XCW said, "What's up, Marcus and Scott?" What's going on, James?
he just hit me up in a message too.
Hey, that's good. There you go.
I'll get back to you, James, when I can.
Yeah, start working in North Carolina, brother. I can't wait to see you, man. I definitely, like I said, it's been a while, and I definitely got to get me some more Marcus Eriks. I gotta get up with you and get me a 7X Marcus Eriks shirt of some kind.
Yeah, I got to do that, man. Got to do that.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. Gotta represent me a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Nah, I would definitely wear that proudly, sir, without a doubt.
Hey, man, I always do. I can always send. I always got merch on me, man. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got koozies. I've got lanyards. I've got.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff, man. It's I never.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to hit you up after the show, man, and we might have to do a little bit of wheeling and dealing, man. I gotta have me a couple of pieces of merch from Marcus Eriks, you know.
Oh, for sure. And I think you guys got my plushie already.
Yes, I think so.
Probably one of the first people I got.
I've got a ton of stuff that I still haven't finished my room yet. I'm moving it around and getting things put up on the wall and all this stuff. And my wife's constantly, I went in my closet yesterday, haven't been in there in over a year, and I was pulling stuff out that I didn't even remember I had. It was like, wow.
It's like Christmas all over again.
It was amazing. It was like, man, I got this back in 2010. Oh my gosh, this was given to me back in, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. But I asked this question to every wrestler that comes on my show, and I would love to hear your answer, sir. What would the Marcus Eriks of today tell the Marcus Eriks that got into wrestling years ago, that just started off in wrestling, that was hungry for the business? With all the knowledge you know now, what would you tell that Marcus Eriks back then?
I think my biggest thing back in when I first started was I didn't care about my shape, my body style, the way my body looked. I thought I looked good at the time, and I look back and I look terrible. So I would say, get your ass to the gym, and stop slacking. Now
that's one of the things I have noticed, because some of the promo pics that I've got, the promo pic that I actually use for the regular poster for the show today, and the one that I just put up, and this one you got a little bit of muscle tone on you now, man.
Oh man, I gained a lot of size after the Nightmare Factory. They put us through a pretty intense training. Pretty much what they do is the guy there that runs the training, he trains professional football players and baseball players, all of all any type of sport. And he kind of puts us through what they go through. And that's what really put a lot of size on me, is we had a nutritionist. She helped us with our meal plans and stuff like that. So that really helped me out a lot. So that's really where I
do you still follow those today?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Good deal.
Oh yeah.
Good deal.
So
if I'm not being too nosy, how many times a week do you go to the gym?
Minimum 4. Minimum
4 times a week.
Yeah, minimum.
Nice. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
It
That's
should
when
be
you
more,
know you're in it to win it.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot more here soon, just because I have some goals and some plans that I have. So I need to get in better shape.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I've got to ask. You can say none of your business, Scott. But who was the pretty young lady who handed you your gorilla snot?
Oh, that's probably my best friend in the whole fucking world.
There you go. I had to ask, because not every day, I interview a wrestler, the sweet young thing comes across the, very pretty like that, just hands it to you like, yeah, there you go. So I'm pretty sure she heard that.
Oh, no, I got the headphones in. She can't hear nothing.
Oh, she can't hear nothing? Well, you tell her that thank you for helping you out. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
Yes, without a doubt. So we're at the part of the show. I've done skip my. I had 2 other commercials I'm supposed to be playing, and my sponsors are going to be mad at me, but that's okay. I'm having so much fun. But I'm going to play a really short commercial right here, and then after that, we're going to be in the segment where you tell the world where you're going to be at for your next couple of shows, man. Where you're
Sounds
coming.
good. Sounds good.
So we'll be right back after this very short commercial from L&L Fence Company.
L&L Fence Company, specializing in custom fencing from wood and aluminum to chain link. 9331 Albemarle Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. Give them a call today for your free estimate. 704-563-9544. L&L Fence Company, the king in custom fencing.
There you go, L&L Fence Company, man. They can do any kind of fence. If you need a repair on one you already have built, or if you need a new one, or you're just looking to see what it'll cost, they'll come out and give you a free estimate. Just call them up. So, Marcus Eriks, man, where are you going to be at here in the near future? I'm just going to give you the mic, man.
Okay, so every Friday, practically every Friday, they've got me on lock. Is going to be Pro South Wrestling in Piedmont, California, though. Piedmont, Alabama. See, I'm thinking ahead of time here. So I've got Saturday. I'll be at I think it's Monroe, Georgia. I'll be at Southern Fried.
Southern Fried. That's a
Southern
great
Fried
place,
Championship
man.
Wrestling.
That's a great place.
I just got it in touch with them a couple weeks ago. They had me on their last show just for something small, and now I'll finally actually get to wrestle in the ring.
Very nice.
And then after that, I've got New Era Wrestling the week after that. That'll be at a convention. I think it's a Comic-Con in Alabama.
Nice.
And then, man, I've got.
You keep talking Alabama, I'm going to have to move to Alabama, sir.
Hey,
I'm
man,
just
yeah. March is probably the busiest month for me. I've got, I know I'm working for James over here. James is going to be I'm doing I think that's the 4th. I'll be working for that company. I can't remember what the name is. I'm so sorry, James. And then I've got that on the 4th. The week after
talking about James Roberts? James
yes,
Robert?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Excalibur Professional Wrestling.
That's what it is. Yes. I'll be there.
I can spit it out. I'm sorry too, James. XCW.
I'll be on there on the 4th. The week after that, I will be in Alabama for. There it is. I'm so sorry, James. I love you, man. I just got a lot going on right now, so it's kind of crazy.
He's good.
The week after that, I'm going to Primetime Wrestling in Alabama. I'll be in, I think it's Dalton, Georgia, towards the end of March. Man, I've got so much going on. I would see versus Jacob Ryan. Yeah, I remember
there you
that,
go.
yeah.
Going to be facing Jacob Ryan at XCW. Dave Thomas said Marcus is one of my favorite to work at Pro South, except that one time that he knows. And there's a story there we're about to get. I wish him great success everywhere he goes. Okay, what's going on with this? Except that one time. What's Dave Thomas talking about?
So he might be talking about a few times, but I think he's talking about the one time he didn't count to 3.
The referee that didn't count to 3.
Yeah. And I gave him the death stare of his life. Because it was
So was it supposed to be the go home moment and he didn't give a 3 count, or
yeah, it was a 1, 2 hesitation 3. So like, yeah. It happens.
Dave Thomas, I'm having a referee week at the end of this month, sir. I'm going to be getting a hold of you right after the show, and I want you to be on the first Monday of that week or the first Wednesday, and that's going to be my very first question to you. Please accept my invite.
But yeah, that's definitely the story I'm pretty sure he's talking about. But I mean, we've worked a lot. Me and Slim have worked a lot before. But I've seen Slim grow.
Okay.
A lot. He, when we first started, he had those slip ups, but then, as we worked together more and more and more, I've seen him grow and learn and get better at the craft. So
That's
Good
what
dude.
I'm talking about. Okay, so I gotta ask. I don't want to put you on the spot, but okay, you moved all the way from the West Coast all the way over here to the East Coast. You've been over here quite a while. You've wrestled quite a few matches. Who is your favorite East Coast wrestler to wrestle that you have wrestled since you've been on the East Coast here? What is that one match that always comes to mind when somebody talks wrestling with you here?
Out here,
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly have to say Damian Seratone from Pro South.
Okay.
Just because I mean the dude's been doing it for a long time. Great talent. I think he's underestimated a lot. Doesn't have the best gear, but sometimes gear doesn't tell how good a wrestler is, right? But
Hey,
just that the mind that he has for wrestling, and no offense to anybody, because I've loved wrestling so many people out here, but like just his mind for wrestling is there. He gets it,
right.
and when you got two people that understand how to tell a story, it becomes a beautiful thing,
Right.
I think me and him have had some matches that should have been match of the year.
Right. See, that's one thing. Before we go, this is one thing I'm going to talk about, and you're a perfect person to talk about this because I've watched you in ring. We've watched some of your matches here. I mean, you guys, we just saw you do like 50 reverses with a guy telling a great story in the ring. I mean, as a matter of fact, it went so many reverses that you couldn't remember the ending. You were like, well, I think this was a count out. Wait a minute. It might not have been. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A lot of great matches with this guy. So you guys, gelled, and you could tell you gelled.
Right.
So how does it feel when you get in the ring with somebody like that and it's going to be a good match before you even go through the curtain? That, no matter what, you're going to tell a story. And the second part of that question is, when you guys do a match like that, did you guys call anything before you walked out, or was that just you guys out there doing your thing?
Pretty sure that's the second match I had with him.
Okay.
The first match I had with him, it's funny it's funny, like a lot of wrestlers don't understand. Like I've heard stories of people being like, I only want to work guys that I know. Right. With me, the first time I wrestled that guy, it was the first time I met him. And you walk in and you're like, hey, my name is Marcus. What do you want to do? Right. And we ended up getting match of the night for that show. And then it ended up coming to the match that you just saw.
Okay.
We definitely called things in the back. There's obviously going to be audibles that you call out there in the ring during performing. Obviously mistakes happen, things that we got to do to cover up and stuff like that. But sometimes you just don't even have to call. You just know each other. Body language is a big thing too in wrestling as well. A lot of people don't know that. Like I could be the quietest guy in there, but I'll talk to you the whole time.
and if you're like me and you get right up as close to the ring as you can, you notice stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
you notice
100%.
That they might be quiet outside the ring, but in the ring they're always in the air.
There's a magic to covering that.
Do you like, okay, let me ask this. Would you rather sit behind the curtain before the show and call a bunch of spots with the guy? That way you know what's happening. Or is it better for you to be out there and, you call one or two or three spots, maybe, the ending and what have you, and then go out there and just, you both are just in each other's ear during the match?
There's only a few people I feel like I'd be comfortable doing that with, just because I know they can. Like if I've worked with you a million times, why do I need to call a million things? We know each other in and out, like honestly, like my moves are very unique to, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to pull out, but obviously the first time that you work with somebody, you kind of want to feel them out and just be like, all right, I want to have just a kind of a good match just to go out there and enjoy it and put on a good show.
Right.
So I can't say that I can walk out there and be like, all right, this is the first time I've met Cabana Man Dan. Let's just call it out there. Like, no, man, I just don't know. I don't know his knowledge. I don't know, I got to feed off of you. Right. So yeah, it's a hit or miss on that.
I got you. I got you. See, that's what I love is when a wrestler's honest, and you know, I don't want to know your secrets, but you know, if you don't call a lot of stuff, that's cool. If you do, you do. You know, everybody's different, and that's what makes wrestling awesome. And we got a lot of people talking.
Hey man, that's good.
Alexander said, I remember when I was trying to get in business, only person I would work is HP, but after a while I started to trust a few others. The other person I trusted was Little Donnie. And Little Donnie I'm gonna have on hashtag truth pretty quick next week, Alex. So watch out. He said, what's up? How you guys doing?
How's it going?
But yeah, man, we have reached our hour, but I'm going to ask just a couple more questions if you got the time.
I do, man. I got it. I'm here, man.
Okay.
You got me.
Okay. I got to ask about the hat, first of all. Okay. What is that on the hat?
So that is the Triforce, the Legend of Zelda symbol.
Yeah. So I didn't recognize it like that. Yeah. Okay.
Well, most people just kind of know the triangles, right?
There you go.
I'm have a hard
now
time.
I see it. Now I see it.
Yeah. That's where but the eagle was incorporated later.
See, I was old school, so if it would have been just the triangles, I would have immediately knew. There you go. So what is your favorite video game? If you say Zelda, I'm gonna smack myself. But what is your favorite video game to play?
So that's a toss up, right?
Okay.
Because there's so many video games out there. But if most people, so it's funny, I'm wearing a Zelda tank top too. If anyone knows me, I don't have this for no reason. The Gears of War logo. I'm a big Gears of War fan.
Okay.
Always have been, always will be. I didn't get it on my skin because, you know, I was just a dumb kid. No, I knew this was going to be a lifestyle.
Hey, gaming, wrestling, it's all a lifestyle, man. It's and you're combining both, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. What did it feel like the first time that a kid came up to you in the wrestling and wanted your autograph or wanted to take a picture with you, man?
That's what's one of my favorite things about wrestling is when it comes to the kids. I remember that's the whole reason why I got into wrestling, right? I remember being that kid that was watching, you know, Friday Night SmackDown and watching Eddie Guerrero, you know, winning the title against Brock Lesnar, right? That was an inspirational moment for me, especially because, you know, my dad hated Eddie Guerrero, hated him, right? And I was a kid that was like, you know, a lot of kids like to defy their parents and stuff like that, right? So I was always like, oh man, I love Eddie because he makes my dad all pissed off, right? So I was like, you know, I was just inspired by wrestling, right? So I wanted to be that guy that inspired like kids, you know, or anybody to wrestle, not just kids, but you know what I mean? Like, but when kids come up and they want to, you know, your autograph, and so it's such a good feeling because, you know, it shows that what I'm doing out there is working, you know,
it's resonating with the younger crowd.
And I don't know how many times, like regardless if I'm heel, face, or anything, kids are always just a magnet to me. It's probably the look. It has to be the hair. Kids
I was gonna say the hair has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, you know, kids are big on anime, and that's really what my character is kind of like. You know, you don't see my hair like that.
My daughter's all into Japanese anime, bro. Mm-hmm. All into it. I mean, Titans, all of it. She loves all them animes. And I'm trying to get her into the old Yu-Gi-Oh! She likes watching some of the other stuff. I'm trying, go back, come and watch Yu-Gi-Oh! With me. Nah, Dad, that's too old. I don't like that stuff. I like all that. Nah. Yeah, she don't want to watch the old stuff, man. It's all good. But you know me, I'm an old Voltron, you know, He-Man, those kind of, you know.
Voltron.
Yeah. Oh, come on now.
I love Voltron. Don't get me wrong. I love Voltron.
Oh yeah, Voltron's my right over there. I got the whole thing, man. I watch it all the time. If I'm bored, Voltron will go in the DVD player, dude, without a doubt. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell everybody about your channel. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media. Tell all the promoters where to find you, man. If they watch this and they want to hook up with you, it's always a pleasure having you on, man. And I'm definitely gonna try to hook up with you at HVW, and I might even sneak up to XCW, man. That sounds like that's gonna be a good show. Versus Jacob Ryan. That's gonna be a pretty dope match. I have to admit that was a good hookup, James. You did the right thing there. I'll tell you that right now. So.
All right, man.
Go ahead
So if you guys
and
want
let everybody
to go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, is TH Gamers, THGAMERS, TH Gamers. And then if you guys are looking to, get in touch with me, go ahead and hit me up on my Facebook, which is Marcus Eriks. It says right there on the screen right there, as well as my I do have Instagram, Twitter. I've got all of it. So I don't have TikTok. I'm not a TikToker. Sorry.
Neither am I. So it's all good.
I don't have all that, which I've been told to get it, but that's not what I'm looking for. But, if you guys want to get in touch with me, please, I'm always willing to work with you guys. I want to get my name out there. So, hit me up. Let's do some business.
There you go. Without a doubt. So I'm going to end it like this, guys. Marcus Eriks. I was going to say you can't see me, but that's just wrong. I would not do that. Man. I almost did. It crossed my mind. I was like, oh, no, I better not. No. Marcus Eriks, that was just funny, dude.
That's all good. No worries,
to me, you're better than him anyway. So I'm just saying. Don't everybody boo me at once, but I'm just saying. If you haven't seen Marcus Eriks live and in person, you guys are missing something extraordinary, without a doubt, man. I'm telling you, he's got a great move set. Go back. If you're just now joining us, go back. We watched a couple of matches, couple of highlight reels and things like that. Go check this guy out. He will definitely be worth the 10, 15, 25, whatever you're paying at your local indies place, man. I've known him for 5-6 years now.
Something like that.
And he's great. Go check him out on his YouTube channel. If you like gaming, go check it out. If you like the old retro games, you'll definitely love his channel. If you're a Zelda fan, you'll fall in love with this channel. I mean, he's got a Zelda hat on. He takes his shirt off to show us a tat. He's got a Zelda. I mean, I wonder if he likes Zelda. I'm just saying.
Just a little bit,
Just a little. Do you like the newer stuff or the older stuff better?
All of it. Oh, it don't matter.
You like all of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't judge.
I tried to play the one with the flute, and I played like an hour, and I was done. I couldn't figure it out. You'll have to give me some tips.
I got you, man.
All right, guys, there it is. Marcus Eriks. Check him out. I'm going to put his stats up here, and that's how we're going to get out of here. And man, I'm telling you, come back anytime. You know that.
I'll always be here, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was jumping up and down out of my seat when you said you were free all week and that you'd come on tonight. Man, I was literally jumping up, and I've been excited all day. You hit me up a couple hours ago. Are we still on for tonight? I wanted to jump through the screen and go, man, are you kidding me? I'm sitting at my computer 3 hours early waiting for you, man. Where are you at? It's all good. Let me find it. There we go. All right, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to let this stay up on the screen for about 15, 20 seconds. So if somebody wants to freeze it and get all the information, they definitely can. But check him out on Marcus Eriks' Facebook page. If you're a promoter out there and you're not getting this guy to wrestle for you, shame on you. I'm just saying. All right, here we go.